Holy smokes. Okay, I got the word I can start. So, hi, I'm Brian Sparks from the HPCAI Advisory Council, and I welcome you to this year's Student Cluster Competition Award Ceremony. The goal of this competition is fairly simple. Gather as many of the most talented students around the world you can, bring them to this amazing conference, give them the tools and the education they need to be able to thrive in this HPC community. And that's what we do. And we've done it for 14 years now, with over 1,200 students coming through the program. Up here, 10 teams of 6, so that's 60 more. But we're connecting the dots by helping enrich these students' lives, help them be able to get careers in this community, become future leaders, that next generation, and then help with more exploration and the science that will come out of them. So thank you. Thank you all for coming. Now, I'd like to hand it over to this year's ISC Program Chair, Torsten Hofler. Torsten.
Well, thank you very much. It's an honor for me to appear here on stage with this wonderful group of young people, our future. And actually, I do have a long-standing fondness for this cluster competition, and I really have to thank you for running it. I have to thank all the sponsors specifically. This is an amazing event. I was an advisor for the very first cluster competition, of course, for a competing team in the very first cluster competition. And I have to say that of that team, there are now 2 people here in the audience. So those are the future leaders. There were literally just 6 people on the team, and 2 made it to be leaders in the high-performance computing environment. So, tough job, right? So you gotta live up to that dream. So, and with that, I would want to give it back to you.
Thank you, Torsten. Thank you, Torsten. That's a testament right there. Yeah, I remember that first year, and we were all much younger. Gilad and I were looking at pictures back then, and ooh.
You look younger, yeah.
And speaking of Gilad, he is the chairman of the HPCAI Advisory Council. I'd love for him to say a few words.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yes, yeah, I'm sure you do. So first, 14 years, it's an amazing run. And next year is going to be 15, so we need to do something special.
Bigger awards.
Yeah, bigger awards maybe. First, I want to thank Martin and Thomas. Okay, it's a 14 years partnership, and it's amazing effort and support and contribution. So I want to thank you from my bottom of my heart for helping us. Now, Brian said it's simple. This competition actually started in August of last year. Okay, so there is almost a year in effort and training, and those teams were doing a lot of work. Some of them were competing online in multiple tasks, and the team here created all the aspects, and we have sponsors that are helping with everything. It's a huge team effort, and it's all about helping fostering the next generation and bringing the knowledge of HPC and AI into more universities. And we're trying to bring teams from more countries and create huge diversity. So it's something that we do because we think that it's important, and something that we do because we want to help create the next generation. We have only a few minutes here, so thank you for joining us and participating in this award ceremony, and thanks obviously all the teams that they did all the hard job. Thank you, guys.
So I'd like to introduce Laurent Zwiebel, CEO of WECA. WECA, for the past 3 years, has been our primary sponsor of the Student Cluster Competition, and it's because of them that we're able to continue doing this, to be able to add more student teams. We had seven teams last year. This year we had 10. So that is extremely helpful, and we appreciate that. They also helped guide us on putting in a new benchmark that we had the students tasked with, and that was the IO 500. Laurent.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. We're actually really proud, honored, and excited to be sponsoring the student competition. I know we've been working with the HPCAC-ISC Council even before it had the I in the name, a few years before, and we think that making sure that the next generation of researchers is trained and gets the right tools and the real-life experience is really important. At WECA, we're getting more and more in the large HPC and AI project. For the folks that don't know, we provide the best AI platform, large file system, mainly for GPU deployments, which are mostly AI and a lot of HPC. And we're seeing a lot of pull from the researchers, and many of them end up in these and other competitions. So we're incredibly proud to be able to be part of it and help and guide and some of it fund it. And for the participating groups, I wanted to know we're going to give some awards, which is a token of your success. But the reason we sponsor it, the reason we want to take partnership of it is not necessarily the trophy, but it's everything you went through in the last few months. And there is a saying that I really like that frustrates a bunch of people at WECA, but experience is what you get when you don't get what you want. And what you should take from it, even if you didn't end up with a trophy, you've had a lifelong experience that is likely to make you better researcher, engineer, developer for the rest of your career, and we're happy to have taken part in it.
Thank you, Laurent. Thank you. That's amazing. 3 years, and we hope to see you again next year, too.
I bet you will.
We also had Huawei join us this year, too, as a sponsor, and they came in strong, and very happy to include them as part of this student cluster competition. So thank you, Huawei. So the competition's two parts. One part online, which was birthed out of COVID, and we felt like, hey, this is something great. It gives a chance for more teams to be able to participate, so we continued it on. This year we had 22 teams. Last year we had 19, so that continues to grow. And we had representation from all around the world: North America, South America, Asia, Europe, Africa. So we're hitting pretty much all the regions, and we're always looking to expand. So something to think about if you're a university head or if you're part of a laboratory that works with various universities, that this is something that is really great for undergrad students to really get a hold of, because most universities do not have classes that are associated with HPC. So this is their only way to be able to get that taste. And through that, we had remote supercomputing resources that were made available by Pittsburgh Supercomputing Center and DKRZ. And this gave those students a chance to actually get a hold of a real world-class working supercomputer and do all the benchmarking that they needed to do on it, so they got that real first taste. So thank you. And this year, as I said, we went up from 7 to 10 teams on site, and I'd like to introduce you to them all. So please raise your hand as soon as I call your name, so people can see exactly what color to root for or just who you are. So first up is CHPC from South Africa. ETH Zurich from Switzerland. We had a combo team of FAU and USI from Germany/Switzerland. Nanyang Technological University out of Singapore. National Tsinghua University from Taiwan. Tsinghua University from China. University of Bristol and Brix, UK. UPC out of Spain. Another joint team from the United States, Carnegie Mellon University and the University of Pittsburgh. And finally, University of Helsinki from Finland. This is what they did. I'm running out of time, but they did a lot of different micro benchmarks, application runs. We even threw a secret application in there to kind of mix it up a bit, you know, keep them on their toes. These guys, they designed their own systems. They could only go to 6,000 watts. That was the limitation, right? And I saw some of them just like on 6,000, not going over a watt over. That flat line was, oh, scary. They did it. Some went over. All right, let's find out who won. Now, most of these teams also competed in the online. I can say one of the winners is here today. So third place goes to National University of Singapore. Second place went to CHPC from South Africa. Come on up. Let's get your... Well done, CHPC. And first place went to Sun Yat-sen. You gotta really push the button really hard here. All right, so want to do a special mention. There's a coding challenge as part of that online, and National Tsinghua University, they did such a great job that they were asked by the GitLab project from DKRZ to submit their code so that way what they did can go into the next production release. So amazing work. All right, are you guys ready? Yeah, why not? Sure. All right, LINPACK. One of the first runs they have to do at the start of this competition. And this team broke the ISC record with 340 teraflops. That was Tsinghua University from China. Fantastic, thank you. All right, so third place goes to FAU USI out of Switzerland. Thank you. All right, second place goes to National Tsinghua University out of Taiwan. Congratulations, National Tsinghua. First place. This team has now won 7 championships for the ISC, SCC. They are strong, and they are Tsinghua University out of China. Congratulations, Tsinghua. Amazing work. Amazing work, guys. So it wasn't just us or the team. I mean, it took the team advisors a lot of time and energy with these students. So I'm sure the students are as thankful as I am for all the work that those advisors did. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Look forward to working with you again next year. Of course, the judges and committee members, these were all folks that were doing interviews with the teams and seeing exactly how they came with those results and some of the troubles that they probably could have encountered and just see how they resolved them. So thank you, judges. And of course, thank you again, WECA. Thank you, Huawei. And thank you guys to the teams. This wonderful experience. I hope you guys really enjoyed yourself. We really were happy hosting you again. We look forward to seeing you all again next year. We're going to be back 15th year next year, so we're going to do something big, hopefully. Hopefully, yeah, sure. If you're interested, please go to our website. We're going to be doing signups for teams both online and on-site again in the August timeframe, so keep in touch. Thank you all. So we might have a few seconds, so if all the teams want to just kind of come here to just do one last photograph, and then we can move on to the next presentation. So go ahead and... Yeah, that's fine, right there, right? Just kind of huddle in. Let me get this out of the way so everyone can take good pictures. Stagehand, can you? Yeah. Thank you. Yep. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Send them here.